So I've said that again, projection, imagination, and love is what fuels this place. But imagination will mind fuck you until you can get a grasp on it. So these, I'm just going to explain to you certain things that has went through my mind during this process. So in case they go through your mind, you can see, okay, imagination. This is imagination. You have to be able to call it directly in your mind. Some of these things that your mind tells you, you can later understand to be true. It's just they'll mind fuck you if you grasp onto them and latch onto them and believe them. That's why perception is reality. And up until a certain point, like I said, you reflect a lot of things upon this place. You can consider reality a mirror. What you're feeling and how you're acting is basically what you're seeing in the world. You know what I mean? So, imagination. I'm going to make a separate video for content, but content has a lot to do with stuff too. But imagination, these are the things that have went through my mind over the past couple of years. I thought I was a Pleiadian sent here to heal the world. I thought I was the biblical God and wanted the world at my fingertips and fuck everybody else. I'm going to manipulate it. I thought I was in a coma. That one messed with me for quite a while. I thought I was in a coma. When I say dream in a game, I took this literal for a moment until my mind comprehended what it really was. I started waking up to realize that's what it is. But when I say dream, or when I say I thought I was in a dream, I really thought that I, or some part of me, was outside of this dreaming, and like a body, like a human, dreaming this up. And then I thought that I was in some Total Recall stuff, like I was outside of this and it was a simulation and this was just whatever. And then I thought I was playing a literal game, which it is a game, don't get me wrong, but it's not what I conceived it to be. So when I say a game, you're probably thinking of Outriders or Destiny or UFC 4 or some game like that. Those are games I play or used to play. And you're thinking that you're in some VR thing playing a game. Your mind will fuck with you. You'll think you're in hell. You'll think, I've thought that I was in hell, which I was. I was in hell. I was in hell. But not the way that you perceive it. You can think that you're in a prison. Like this is some prison and people are able to go through through your consciousness, manipulate things and keep you stuck here. I didn't have a clear grasp on consciousness then. So I thought that and believed that. And then I thought that I was like maybe being experimented on. And then I thought, which I have no qualms with this, if this is the case, but whatever. I thought that I had gave someone permission to go inside my mind and understand things that I see and I've experienced and understand, which I wouldn't be opposed to that. I have nothing to hide. Open fucking book. I have no deep dark secrets, so everything I've done, you guys know about. Well, to an extent. I mean, not everything, but there's not. I mean, I would gladly tell you if it came about. These are all things that went through my mind, and then it's just like, I realized and it hit me, like, dude. And I even remember sitting upstairs in my house one night, like, so to the point that I really thought this was a dream and it turned into a nightmare, and I had to kill myself to get out of here. Like, I've already told you guys this. This is no exaggeration or joke. But right after that happened was when I started seeing I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I had to break through that bullshit and separate content from reality because I thought this place, I was looking at content And I was focusing on the negative so bad. I didn't take my own advice. You can't see heaven if you're focused on hell. Well, guess what? I was focused on hell. I'm just hoping this helps some of you because, man, your mind will play tricks on you. Your mind will grasp onto things and think it's real. And you'll be so convinced that it's real that it becomes reality for you. So, be very careful. Just realize this. Until you can understand it and know it and remember it, you're here. Now, enjoy it. So, the parts of hell that you will go through, and the fact that you will be in hell because this is how it's done, that's what you wanted. You have to know hell to know heaven. Just remember that. Remember that. Because I can, and I want to emphasize this to you. Me going through it already and coming to you and telling you it's kind of like, well, yeah, you went through it already. Now you can look back and say it. But when you're going through it, it's a shit show. You're right. It's a shit show. And in the back of your mind, you're going to think like, I don't know why I wouldn't have set this up. I wouldn't have agreed to this. God wouldn't have done this to me. And if God would have done this to me, I don't want to deal with God. I don't want to have anything to do with this shit show. Said it, thought it, almost done it. Yeah, that is what you wanted. You can't comprehend it until you're out of it. So please let me motivate you and give you some encouragement and give you some love and some support and give you the light. This is something you'll realize after, when you've, not even after, like I've not fully got there yet, but I'm so close. I know that I can tell you this with absolute certainty and truth. The light at the end of the tunnel is not an illusion. The whole tunnel is an illusion. The tunnel is the illusion. The content is the illusion. What you grasp onto and focus on and believe is the illusion. The only thing, my friends, that I can tell you that matters is you, your family, and your friends, and people that you have a direct experience with. Now, that's not saying that you can't. Listen, this is going to sound insensitive. I completely get it, and I gather it, and I know it, but you can't focus on anything else, man. You can send out good love and vibes until you realize what the fuck content is, but when you realize what content is, then you'll realize why I'm saying don't focus on it. Don't pay attention to it. And this does not mean, now let me clarify this very carefully. This does not mean that because I've not met you in person, and I've not had a direct experience with you in person, that I'm considering you content. I'm absolutely not, because if I considered that the case, I would not bother to make these videos and publish them on YouTube. So I want you to understand that we are all connected deeply. We are connected deeply. Whether you realize it yet or not, we are. If you have watched my videos and commented on my videos, and we talk via text or Facebook Messenger, or we call each other from time to time, or we jump in PlayStation parties together from time to time, or whatever, that is a direct experience. So I'm not considering that content, and you gotta be very careful. It's tricky until you get it, but once you get it, this is the part, my friends, and this is what's gonna fuck you up if you get fixated on it, caught on it. You'll find your own way, and you'll find how to go through this process, and how to peel the layers back, and how to step forward and do it perfectly, as close to perfection as you can get. And you will focus on it and be like, I don't know. You'll get focused on 10 different things, and you'll get sucked into it, and you'll try to feel that in you from other people, and then you'll just say, I don't know how to do this. I can't find a balance. I can't fully put it together. And then one day you will. Do not get discouraged, because it could feel like you're not making any progress, or it's not true. You're always making progress. You may not see the progress until a certain point, but then you can look back and be like, holy shit, I should have trusted myself more throughout it. You see what I'm saying? There will become a point to where you hate yourself. This is no joke or an exaggeration. You will literally hate yourself. Literally. And then not long, please understand this, not long after you fully accepting and admitting and knowing you hate yourself, not long after that's when the love comes. That you are going to be looking at yourself through a microscope. And a human being through a microscope. When you become aware, it is going to be such a dramatic turn of events and a different way to perceive the world that, dude, it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. I've told you this. I've made videos about this. It is the hardest thing you'll ever do. It's the worst thing you'll go through. So use this as fuel to the fire to realize I'm almost through it. Or if you are through it, or you're close to being through it, just realize, man, you will return to paradise right here. Nowhere else but right here. You have to quit mind fucking yourself, for one. For two, you have to quit focusing on things and getting attached to it like it's reality. You have no clue if that's reality. You don't even fully know what reality is to be making the claim that's reality. And that goes for me too. I'm not preaching at you. This is me too. And I've realized this. This is a very good thing about being open-minded and not grasping onto something and thinking you're right in the end. Or I've always said I would rather admit I'm wrong and be right in the end than to admit and then to hold on to illusion that I was right throughout and be dead ass wrong in the end. It doesn't matter what you believe or don't believe to a certain extent in the end. I mean, it just depends on how you look at yourself, look at other people, look at the world. That you don't fully understand how like, you have no clue what you have done, what you are doing, and what you're about to do. You have no clue the significance of it. You have no clue the footprint you're making, the path you are carving. It's pretty fucking spectacular. You need to realize that, and you know. Love you guys. It's Game of Form and the Play of Life. I am you talking to you. I have always been you talking to you. We're all part of a divine plan, and the time is almost here. Wake up.